on here, I have a calendar. You hit a button, you can post your information on the calendar, and if you have an event that needs support, you can post all that information. And when you go here to the hub, you can see what everyone's doing. For example, we'll need support for the hobnob that's coming up. So I posted that. I was on the NAACP website, and I saw that they're having a shoe drive. Now, I haven't posted that on there yet, but anybody can post. You're not limited to what you can post on this website. And so if you go there, if you scan it now, it'll take you to a website, right? It's called the Hub. And I have everything on here. The link, I have all the new links to the Orange County website. I can add stuff, I can change stuff. I have all of the coalitions that are represented. If you go to home, if you just kind of play with it, we have some photos on there. So with this coalition now, we have a single point of communication, and you can let other people know what you're doing. Are there any questions? And then I have my phone number, whatever. If you say, hey, Greg, I tried to do this and this didn't work, just contact me and we can figure it out. Or if you're not tech savvy, as long as the request is simple, I can post your stuff for you. Don't send me too much. But I do work. All right. So any questions you have, just let me know. And so now we can all communicate with each other. Okay?
Okay.
So, Greg, is there a format for asking questions? I see this is
Well, asking me questions or just you?
Just asking questions to the site that may be answered by others.
Yes. Well, no, but we can add that. Like if you say, hey, Greg, I think you should add that. We can add that. I just have my information on there. If you want to ask me a question, we can. But we can add that. It's a dynamic website. So I can add a page, take away a page or whatever. Oh, yeah. No, I did. I'm saying I was just giving an example that if you're having a drive, if you're having an event, you can post it on there so we can see. So I was just using that as an example. And the layout is very simple, okay? So it's not a complicated layout, and I just tried to put everything on there that I think that we would need, okay?
All right, that's excellent. Tara, you've already gone on this side.
Yes, it's really nice. So now, Greg.
Yes.
She said everyone has, different posts on here.
What's that?
You say we have the ability to post on here, or we need to send it directly?
No, you can post.
So how do we get access to post?
There's a button on there that says submit your request or here.
Request support?
Yeah, so the request support, yes. If you have an event coming up, yeah, you can post. All those buttons are for you guys.
Okay,
So
so
it'll,
the request, okay.
and then it goes to a Google form, and once you fill it out, it'll post.
Okay. Awesome. So, okay, so on here, you submit a request. Now, if there's a flyer.
You're right, so if you want to post a flyer, that's a good idea. So I'm trying to think, will we put it on here, or would we need to create another space for that? What do you think?
Because if we upload a flyer, or could it be?
Would it populate?
An event? An event? Because how do we, like, we have a flyer for this event. So even though we put the information in, and we have a flyer, how would we be able to?
You know what you do? I think I can put a button that say, post your flyer event or something like that.
Or under request form?
Yeah.
Add an attachment, so we can upload the flyer.
Okay.
And then that would be easier because you already have a form
Okay.
done. So just add a button
Okay.
there to upload a file,
Okay.
okay?
Even under the event calendar,
Mm-hmm.
this is under the event calendar.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
No, I'm saying for the meetings and also.
Oh, yes, yeah, the calendar is open, it's a public calendar. So you can post your event
So
on
I'm
it.
under your organization.
No, it's not,
Just general.
it's just general. Like this, all the organizations are represented if you go to the coalition directory. So all the, organizations are represented, and when you put a request on there, it's for everyone. It's not run by the Black Caucus or anything like that. It's
Right,
just for everyone.
okay, so now on that, the calendar event submission form,
Mm-hmm,
and it has the Google Doc,
mm-hmm.
just add a button to
Okay.
upload file, and then you populate.
Okay.
This is perfect, thank you.
No,
Thank you
no, because we're all busy, and I said we need a central place by which we can.
for events,
Community.
yes, yes, I like it.
All right.
Awesome job.
It's slow, though. It's happening. All right. Thanks, Rick. This is really good. I mean, again, how we get information out is, and that way, because there's gonna be, I know, Manuel Jones, Vegas, they put in, they've got 2 or 3 events coming up in July. I think the 14th and the 21st. And these are educational forums, I think one, but another one is candidates forums that may involve the mayor, mayoral, as well as the maybe District 6. People are hesitant to try to do District 7 because there's so many. How do you accommodate that? I mean, I don't know how you do it. Yeah, just do it. Because I mean, maybe not everybody will show up, but I mean, it's 13 candidates, I believe. Okay.
Are we gonna try to do a governance forum as well, for people running for government?
I mean, we could, it's just a matter of reaching out to their campaigns. You know, there are a bunch of, I don't know how many people are running because it's so hard to figure, but, do you want to do that before the primary?
Oh, I don't know, I'm just asking.
Because I guess we have to look at a date for that and then reaching out to the candidates.
Yes, and we also, we talked about, the candidate social for the judges for July 30th. We need to reschedule that because that's the same day as the hobnob.
Oh, right. Okay.
So we need to reschedule that.
The 30th is, what day of the week?
That was the
Thursday.
That's right. Oh,
Thursday.
yeah, because of the,
Thursday.
I put that on the calendar for the post.
Yes,
Okay.
so that's not going to happen.
So we'll have to, you have to come up with a different date.
A different date, and Anu Bote is in the process of collaborating with the other, partners for a District 7 in Ohio.
Okay.
So we're working on a date for that.
So, I mean, isn't a proper part of
District
2
7.
and,
2 and 7.
2 and 7?
Yes, and we're also working on 2, because I believe now there are 4 or 5 candidates running for District 2. That one is wrong.
Yes. All right, this is exhausting.
Yes.
You had your hand up.
Yeah, I just want to say a couple things I'm gonna read here. You know, collaboration is fine. I think we all have to come together as people. But I think it was still not free yet. It was still not free. The 50th Amendment is the right to vote, and we don't vote. So what can we do to motivate our people to vote?
So, well, that's really what this is about. This is to get out the vote effort for 2026.
Yeah, but we're talking about getting people out to vote. Where are the people? How are we going to educate our people to vote? What are we going to do to motivate our people to go to the poll and vote? Last election, how many people voted last election?
All right, well, for the District 5, less than 10%.
Exactly.
All right. I hear you. That's why we have these committees that we're trying to have you spend some time today to work on. You can work on that one, that particular committee, because it's voter education is one of the committees. So that's what this is about. Now it's about how do we do this? Outreach. Basically, these forums are the outreach to trying to get people to show up for these events so they can be informed. So I don't want to spend a lot of more time on this other than, excuse me.
Can I make an announcement?
Sure.
So we decided as a Black Caucus, and you don't need to be a member, every third Thursday, we phone bank. We formed a partnership with the Florida Democratic Party, and sometimes it costs money, we do it. So every third Thursday, we phone bank. We call people mostly in 6 and 7, because I think that's where most Black people are. And every third Saturday, we canvass. It's hot, but like someone said earlier today, you just gotta do it, right? So every third Thursday, we phone bank. Every third Saturday, we go and knock on doors. In the Paramore, in the Greater Washington Shore Street, we've been doing it. So if you want to join us, come on.
And see, that's the kind of thing that we need to be sharing. Is where do you meet?
Yes.
How do you, because it's got to be a common place when
Yes.
you're doing the phone banking, right? Okay, and the same thing with, when you do it on the third Saturday, where exactly are you meeting to go
I'll
canvass?
start posting it.
Okay, please do that, because, the third Saturday in July, I will definitely do our canvas. I'm gonna put that on my calendar, okay? All right, so,
Right.
oh, yes, yes.
Quickly, what kind of reception are you getting to people right now?
Okay, so phone calls it's targeted. They are Democrats. We're not randomly doing it, right? So I'm gonna say when I talk to people on the phone, 90% from here is right. They're nice. The doors, most people have the ring bell down. So if it says no trespassing, we leave those people alone. If we ring the bell, in about 10 seconds they will come, we leave the information. So we have flyers. But most of the receptions are good because, guys, we have not been canvassing in Black neighborhoods. Nobody's talking to Black people, right? So the reception for me has been good. One old lady, she wanted to know what we were doing and all of that. So it's been positive. No one's talking to us. Nobody.
Well, we're gonna be talking. Ms. Becky, have
My next question to you, are we targeting young people?
Exactly.
Yes. Young people don't vote.
Yes.
Are we in your phone call? Does it say a list of?
No, it won't do it by age. They normally target by, these people have voted, these people haven't voted, these are your independents.
Okay.
So it won't do it by age. I mean, I imagine it can, I haven't asked, but a lot of times people will answer the phone.
Right. I'm just concerned that, I know that the value is that we're talking to the choir here. And on the phone, we're probably getting majority of the people.
But one thing the phone bank will do, it has a button. If they don't answer, you can also hit them with a text message. So if we target young people, they don't answer the phone, it will send out a text message. So you can tailor make all of this stuff. So
And what time do you do the phone bank?
that's 6 to 8. And it's normally over before then, because let's say, I think we had 13 people that participated, and it dialed like 5,300 people. Now, we didn't talk to 5,300 people, but we dialed 5,300 people, and that we were finished by 7:45. So the more people you have, the faster it goes. And the same thing with Kansas.
And where do you need to do this?
We meet at the Democratic office. I need the address. It's on Colonial. Or and you can do it hybrid too. Like some people do it at home, right? You can come to the office and do it, or you can just do it from home. And we'll have a training session before they do it. In
Right.
Signed up.
here, let's talk after. Sorry.
That's all right. No. This is
Good.
important, because that's how we are going to be able to work together. Some people can do this, some can't, but those who can, this is open up the door.
Larry, I just have one other thing to ask.
Sure.
Where are the pastors? Where are they? I mean, I know they're not sitting in this room, but I realize that there's National Funeral Day all the time. But are they collaborating or at least communicating with you to say, hey, I am putting this up in my church, or I'm talking about this? Where are they?
Okay, well, look, I don't know.
Oh,
The supervisor election had this on Thursday. They sent it out to the pastors.
I mean,
There was about 15 showed up, one black. There were Muslims, there were more Muslims in that group than anything. United Methodists, very well represented. There were no AMEs, not pastors anyway. No pastors from the AME church.
okay, Nancy Barnes, and they have created this new pastor thing.
Right. Not a single one of them was there except Marcus Malone. He was the only one.
I'm sorry, and I'm sure, but this is crazy. Because that's where most people gather, is in church. But they pass through there for some reason, and they are not posting that, they're not communicating to the people what we're trying to do here.
Well, let me just say, I don't have any real evidence, just some anecdotal information from some people who have gone out canvassing, about talking to churches. Some of the pastors don't want to live in their church. They say it's too political. They don't want it. And so I can't say, I can't say, I will tell you that the pastor of this church has welcomed us here. And he's excited about us being here. And I know my pastor, we will be posting this, but my church is incredibly active. We have a social justice chair, she's at, so there are churches that are into it. But we have to get beyond the four walls of our church, individual churches. That's the real challenge. Because the younger the person is, the less likely he or she is attending church. That's just a fact. All right. Melina, I think you had your hand up.
Oh, I just wanted to stack on what you were saying, because I know when we were out looking for pastors for our nonprofit, a lot of them, like Larry said, doesn't want to get involved because of political, but one of the pastors mentioned that Trump had made a statement about churches becoming political and how they could lose their 501c3 status due to that. So some of them are just scared. We just have to find the ones that aren't scared. And I really think that it's going to be bigger than just, like you said, going to church. It has to be, how do we get church out to the people who don't go to church? Your grandkids, your children, like the kids, I know with my kids, it's hard to drag them anywhere at their age, but they still got to do it. They'll still do it if we enforce it. And I think we're at the point where we have to start dragging our children with us and just having them sit, or even like bringing it to them through social media, through community conversation, and involving them and making sure they feel heard, because a lot of kids just feel like they don't get listened to because they're so young. They get talked at, not talked to. That's just what's been my experience.
Yes. All right.
I just want to say, in defense of the churches, because this group here, the collaborative, is very new. I think when we start our outreach strategies, we have to send the information to the churches, because a lot of them are not aware that we exist. Now, Pastor Green knows about us because he's allowing us to use the facility. I did see him on yesterday and told him he needs to start coming to the meetings. Today, he's out at the Rosen Sugar Creek, because this is the final day of the AME national conference. So we just have to make sure that the flyer is, emailed to the churches, or maybe some printed and hand delivered to them, so when we form our groups, this could be one of the initiatives that we take on every month to let them know that we exist. I know Macedonia on July 1st, they are having a voter education workshop for seniors only. And I think that is really, really good. I have the flyers at the office, I forgot to bring them. So they are doing, something, but for us, we have to make sure that we are extending that invitation. And I know, we haven't to the extent that we need to. Going back to the phone banking for the younger generation, Greg, when you're creating that list, you can select the age group that you want. I know on Van, you could select the demographics and you could select the age group. So maybe whoever is creating that list just need to select the younger group, so that way we could target the 18 to 21, 18 to 30. So maybe have a day specifically for calling a specific age group. And you probably won't get them because the young people don't answer the phone, but they do read text. And then thirdly, Larry, the third Saturday in July, we're at the NAACP convention. So you won't be able to do it
I'm gonna fly out that evening.
that evening? Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
I'm gonna- Because nothing's happening on the 18th.
okay,
For me, at the actual convention, but,
okay.
okay, because I want us to get into these groups of, especially outreach, but yes, no?
Okay, AI, email, packet, very important. Visibility is more important. You have to be out there to see who you are and what you're trying to do. Signs has always been the thing that people know the most. Signage. Voting, intersections. That's important. You see something long enough, you love it. So we're calling someone on the telephone now. No, people have to go and hit up on it.
Yeah, but that goes with the territory.
We need to be out in the streets.
Well,
We need to be out in the streets. Billboard, signs, holding a sign, walking in the streets and shopping centers, and getting people to vote.
I hear you loud and clear. This is why we need to move into those committees. And if you're interested in doing that or leading, that's what these committees are. So, if you would take a look at the, it's copied because, Tari needed to make copies and, she just had one with her notes on it. That's why you see it. Those are Tari's notes. But this is the outline, and the first committee is number 3, outreach. That's the first one. So those of you who are interested in that, you can see the responsibility. And because there are some events already scheduled, that we can piggyback on those. We don't have to create our own. Although I would like to say, I know that the Democrats are doing the hobnob July 30th. I'd like for us to do a hobnob after the primary election, when the field has been whittled down. And so we will only focus on those who are in runoffs, because that might be judicial runoffs, that might be county commission runoffs. So then we would have that type of a hobnob. And even invite the governors, because at that point in time, we're going to know. Now, there is a local person running for governor, has no party affiliation. He's well known, Desmond Lee. is running, but he's announced that he's running. But he's not running in a Democratic or Republican, so he's gonna be on the ballot in November. And so he would be somebody we would invite, just like we would invite, if it's David Jolly or Byron Donalds, we would invite them. We need to campaign in this area. It's not a campaign stop, but it's a, let's get to know who these people are. Okay, so outreach committee, voter education. That's number 2, which is number 4. I'm going to skip registration drives. I want to deal with the people who are, because we got a bunch of folks already registered and they ain't vote. And so I want to focus on that, on mobilizing. So the mobilization efforts, because we may need to, get people to the polls. Souls to the polls is something that some people have talked to me about doing. Yes.
So before, that used to be tantamount to 4th of July. People showed up. We didn't get the poll to the poll, people would show up. But that's not anymore. How would it happen? People not showing up to so to the poll events.
So it's about getting people, that's one of the committees. And then, communication. We talked about it, that's the one that I want to sit on, is communication. That's TV, radio, and all the social media, all of that. Developing, I've met, there's some young people that I'm now dealing with. One is a 22-year-old whose job it is to try to talk to young people about voting. That's her job. And so she's so soft-spoken, I don't know how she's going to talk to young people, but we need that. So she has agreed to work with us. She would be here right now, but she's in a training session for learning how to do this very big thing, organizing, community organizing. So she's in that today. But she's going to be working with us. There are some other young people, Hispanic and Asian, that will also be working with us. Young people that I've met through the Jobs with Justice organization. So this is very important, the communication. And finally, money, budget, fundraising. This is short notice. We will need someone to do, if Black Voters Matter has grants that are available. So, Sharon, I'm looking at you. About some money being generated in order for, paying canvassers, and do some advertising, signage, and that costs. If we want to do signage, that's money. So that's what we need to do. So now those are the committees. Now, you all are here because you are interested in getting the vote out. So now you've seen the committees. You just need to know which ones, you decide on which ones you want to be on. Now, Sharon, I'm telling you which one you're going to be on. Okay, all right. But because I know you've done this in the past, I want to utilize your experience in that. And I want to work on communication, this media.
Larry, can I just say, okay, I just want to be sure. So we have outreach strategies,
Yes,
voter education,
yes,
budget resources, and communication.
yes.
And
And mobilization. Mobilization. Number 6.
On the other page.
And for outreach, initially, it was myself, Marvin, John Kemper, and Joe Richards. Marvin, you still with me on outreach?
No, I'm going to communication.
Okay. So
So that's scary, are we, you're not even taking notes down?
Well, I can't, you know. And
Well,
I'm assuming Melina is on communication with you, Larry?
Yes,
Melina?
I'm volunteering, telling her to, yes.
So communication, Larry and Melina?
But Larry, you have social media under outreach strategies as well. Is that just going to reside under,
Yeah,
communication?
it is something on that.
We can work with that.
Yeah, yeah. There's gonna be some crossover. Okay, so,
Voter education, anyone interested in voter education initiative, committee number 4?
and much of that's already done. This is part of the voter education, but the other thing is that, remember what I said, there are 3 initiatives on the ballot. One of which is that homestead Florida tax. So we need to be able to, and I've got talking points for that, for whoever's working on that committee. So, because the NACP wants bullets, they want it to be simple. Because, well, people don't read.
So if they don't read, we could read it to them.
Yeah.
No, the video is very powerful.
Yes.
So I heard a video.
Right, so that's correct. That's correct, because some people are visual. They like watching television. All right, so that's, the other thing about the voter education is you gotta make sure people complete the entire ballot. That's a real important thing. So in order to complete the entire ballot, they need to know what's on the ballot. So that's critical. But mobilization, that's for both the, it's only on election day. Election day, August 18th and November 3rd. It would be cost prohibitive if we try to do early vote, taking people to the polling places. 14 days, I don't think that's right. So, but at least for mobilization purposes, think in terms of August 18th and November 3rd. And that's where communications come into play, because if we're gonna do it, we have to let people know where they're going to do it. Okay, so you have numbers on how many committees so far?
All right, I have outreach strategies, Tari, Maggie, John Kemper. I'll reach out to, Joe Richardson, but she hasn't been back
Okay.
since the first meeting.
Okay.
And then for, voter initiative, it was on the Stevenson and Ashley.
All right, anyone else here want to be on voter education initiatives? Okay.
Mobilization.
Mobilization. Oh, wait,
I
wait.
thought you was reading that, I wanna be, outreach strategies.
Yeah, you can serve on more than one committee. But,
I wanna do, voter education initiatives. And I wanna drive for the mobilization efforts.
What's your name, Miss Ma'am? What's your name?
Betty?
Betty. Thank you,
and
Mom.
that's Jenny with the E, right?
Yes.
Then we have budget resources, Sharon.
Sharon.
And
But
that grant is really easy, Sharon.
Oh, I know.
Okay, okay,
I propose.
okay,
We have received.
okay.
all right, okay, all right.
Communication would be Larry,
Yes.
Melina, the 22-year-old, and the others we reached out to.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask John Baker to be on that too.
Okay,
I can build out as well, since I'm good.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
awesome, Greg.
Communication. And I can help a little bit with outreach strategies, but I think most of my energy will be in
Okay, all right.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll do some little, I'd like to introduce Daryl. Daryl Skinner is a member of the Labor. 5 days sigma. He is the social action chair for one of the sixth largest chapter of the cities in this country. And he is one of the most outstanding workers. He's been noted for it. He's been given awards for his work. So,
Gotta get you.
yeah.
Gotta get you.
Put me on
Okay,
that.
yeah, you hear me, Michael.
No action. With that being said, I'm big on sustainability, building on what we already established. So you could add me to that committee and,
Which committee?
sustainability, if we have that and follow up.
Yeah, that is something that because we really want to make, when the election is over, yeah, this committee is not over.
Right.
This collaboration is not over.
You shoot around.
That's right, that's exactly it. So we would like to look at and evaluate what you do. Someone asked, I think, Greg, you might have asked, what does success look like?
Oh, that was something, young man.
Oh, okay, somebody asked, I know someone asked that.
See,
Yeah, so that is important for us to do an evaluation after this is done. So how do we get better at what we do? How do we get more people involved in it? That's really important, because this is not over. Donald Trump, and look, we're nonpartisan, but this government is damaging the people in this country. So that's just, and so we have to correct the course that we're on. And in 2027, we gotta keep in the fight, because 2028 is a national election. So we got a plan. That's what, this is about 2028 more than it is 2026, because we gotta change the direction of this country.
Barry, can I take it back to something you
Sure.
said earlier?
Yes,
If
yes.
you were gonna give us the three initiatives, you know, I picked up at my
Yeah.
you said property tax, and what else?
Honestly, I don't remember what those are. That's what, but I will make sure, because I didn't know that there were three until I started researching property tax, and then boom, I see there's two more. They're all, I would say no to all of them, because all of these initiatives are generated by the politicians, by the GOP. They have done damage to citizen initiatives. That's why there are no citizen initiatives. They don't want the citizens to have a voice, just them. And so, even though I can't recall those two, I'm gonna say no, but I'm gonna make sure you get all three. Okay. So let's, I wanna make sure we have, that the follow-up is something that we really do need to do. But that's something that we've gotta sit down and have a real discussion about, well, how did we do on this? How effective was it? And then how do we improve? How do we get better? Part of what I'm looking at is what will be the voter participation in Orange County. In 2024, there was 75% voter participation. We need 90% or better voter participation in this county. Because 75%, guess what 25% represent? More than 200,000 people did not vote. Orange County has over 800,000 registered voters. So half the population of this county is old enough to vote. So that's why we have to be on television. We got, whatever the communication is, we got to start talking. That's what the communication is about. That's what we got to do. And do TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that other stuff. And sign waving, whatever. We got to do it all of it. Because we got to see what, can we do this? Can we get people to care enough to get out and vote? When you got 14 days of early voting, you can send your 407-836-2070. You can pick up the phone let's look at the committees, because I want us to at least have a few minutes of time to discuss in these committees.
And I hope that's something to operate where when we call people, I hope that's something they're saying.
Yeah, that's what we did,
Okay.
because we're not saying vote for a candidate. So we're calling and say, hey, are you gonna vote by mail, are you gonna vote in person? And then they answer, and you can hit a button, it will send them a text message and all that information. So it's information based, yes, so we did.
I can't let this moment go. I see how Dyson here, and I don't recall you being in meetings before, so let us know who you are.
My name is Carol Everett, and I heard about this meeting maybe around 6, 7 a.m. this morning, and I decided I would come and see what was going on. And I'm a member of this church too, so phone banking is something that I would do. Most of my professional career has been hot line, so they hang on up with what we do, so that's.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you. How did you, this morning you heard it from the church or?
Yeah, we have a Bible study line 3 days a week, 4 days a week, and prayer line the other most of the days. And he's mentioned this morning on Bible study.
So, welcome and communications, whatever you'd like to do, that's it. Thank you.
So I got a quick question, Larry. From the, I know that BBC code has a lot more, freedoms, but within the NAACP, we got a request, permission to take any action, so I would skirt that.
No, but I mean, what action are we taking? Because really what they're talking about is direct action, if we're protesting something, if we're getting engaged in, some type of direct action.
So knocking doors, passing out information.
And you're doing it under the umbrella of the Firece urgency.
I was gonna say, not to get a, not.
So we do get shirts and hats or what?
I already got one.
So that, and the purpose of this too is to not have that bureaucracy.
Right.
We don't have that kind of chain of command. None of that. This is all volunteer. This is what you want to come together and keep the moment.
Larry, I just had an aha moment. What a little bit about funding. Grants. Are we going to say that this is our official home and meeting place in this district?
Well, this is the place.
Yes, this is the
Because
place.
Reverend Green has welcomed us. We
Okay, then
Our
I'm
first-
going to get
share it.
with Sharon, because with the $1,500 grants, the things that you are doing in the community, and because my association is part of LIFT, as the president of the association, I can live with her and say, this is our meeting place, it's in the boundary, we might only be at $1,500.
Let's do it. Yes, Sharon.
I would like to be on the I'd like to be on the voter education initiative as well, and I was just thinking, acronym for Firece, urgency, and now it's fun, right? Amen.
Yeah.
And I was thinking we could be fun.
Okay. All right.
What's in that?
Because I look like the, I was trying to use it. I don't look at it with the O.
No.
We're starting to say up now.
Oh, well, I that I
Yeah.
did.
It works. It works. And we actually do have letterhead. We do have letterhead. So, and the way, you want to see our flyers, that's a standard. The only thing that we change is the name. That's it. Keep that. And we'll add others where, like my church is interested, that they want to be a part. As a matter of fact, my pastor was here at the last meeting, and she was very upset with me because of our commitment to the community. And she could not understand why I did not include the church, on the knowing full well the church is cool. So, and she would be here today, but she's in Chicago. But, so our church is absolutely committed. We have a social active care. And I'm not yet.
And Larry, is it possible, like, can we all share, only I guess people are open to it, emails and phone numbers, which would be another way for us to all communicate? No, I'm saying, but we don't have it collectively to share. So, like, if your organization wanted to send out a message, everybody, hey, we have this in addition, because I think that would also improve communication.
You're making a good point. Let me just say, I had a couple people, when I started sending them out, I would do this broadcasting, right? Some people call me and say, I don't want my email address in a group chat. So what I do is I use members of my organization, Diversity, and I'll send it to like Stella, but then I blind copy everybody else. That's how I do it. So Javel would receive, but there will be 25, 30, I sent this notice out to over 100 people. But it goes directly to members of my organization, because that's the only thing, they're the ones who are accustomed to receiving emails from me. And that was to cut back on any criticism like that, because I got a couple of calls saying, don't put me in. So.
Yeah, just volunteer.
Yeah, so but if you don't have, if there's any, like this list right now, if you don't have, if nobody has an objection, then those of you in here, we can certainly share that without any question. If you have an objection, just say so, we won't add.
And we always have a thing, if someone says that, we just take them off.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, there's no problem with that. But if you don't have an objection, just, we'll do it. But if you do, just let me know. Okay. And we'll send it out. All right. So I want to make sure we got every committee covered. And then I know some of us are on more than one committee, but pick the one that's priority so we can at least have some conversation. All right. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, 11:20. So we will end at noon, but I would like for us to at least have time. I say we set aside 30 minutes. We got the 30 minutes to just have a discussion about. I want to talk communications for sure. So, okay, everybody ready?
Over here, Sharon is there, so that would be the
Budget, fundraising.
budget and resources.
Yeah.
Communications will be back here with Melina.
Okay.
Mr. Omega. Collaborative sustainability and follow-up.
Yeah. She is joking.
We have some good conversation.
Hey, listen.
And also, if your organization is not on the website, let me know, and I can put it over there, okay?
Be there.
And,
That means someone has to. I mean, can I get someone a piece of paper, guys? Yes, I will. Okay, no problem. Okay, someone has, can I give someone a piece of paper to write on? There you go.
You talking about?
Yeah. I know we have awesome. Because he's trying to use information.
Okay, you're gonna go there, because right now you're the only one that's on on mobilization?
I can.
Okay,
I'll just pull my phone.
No, I got you. Sorry, this is information.
okay.
And what else were you, okay. You finished? No, you said. So, yeah, so we say like. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, if you give me your organization, I just fill it off your website. Put your information, then I go to your website. But give me your email, not your phone number, because I always have to hear about it. Your website, yeah, email. In your name, first and last name. That's right.
This grant, we want to do good help with that.
Okay, yeah, but. No, I'm gonna post you guys on this, but if you want to post it, what's that? Right, so you can start recording it, I'll help you. What's the new information?
I think my kids know. Good job, good job.
That's you, right? I need to see you with, link.
Oh, you're right, it's on the other side of it.
Yeah, that's, QR code. Yeah, all you do is open your camera. All right, just hold it over there, get a yellow thing. So,
It's gonna be heard by the. All right. Well, I'll get. I don't want to leave on
I'll tell you what is your email address? Okay, I'm gonna email it to you. I'm gonna do it right.
And made up our over these last several months, that we have a press conference where we announce this is going to be down, and then outline why there's a fear urgency of them. And we'll talk about those initiatives, the other two, but also we talk about how important it is. You know, only it's important. And we know what elections you have consequences. This is not a Larry, if you will. I'd like to get your input as to what should be in that press statement. So, don't limit yourself. If you have input, or if you have, you want to do a statement, right now, that's fine. And we can all, and but whatever, we share our email addresses, so that whatever we have a concept of what we want to be said, we share it. And that way we eventually come up with that press statement, and then encourage everybody to show up for it. So,
And you said, who you doing it with? You said, so I'm on the main.
well, I'm just saying, part of what we need to do is, once we make the announcement, we need to show up be on some of these programs. And that means not just talking about black programs, I'm talking about if we can get
Channel
2, 13, 9, 16, all of them. I want us to reach out to a Central Florida Black broadcasters, I think that's what the journalists. We want to make sure that they're on the list. And some of them are, they're the anchors. You got a couple of black anchors. I don't want to. So what we're talking about is the press statement for the announcement. And I say press statement, and it's a press conference where we ask our partners, our collaborators, I don't know if that word is the best word today, but that's what we want, is that they show up for that press conference. So they will know that this isn't effort, this is a grassroots effort, because the concern we have about
Oh, I know. Who's it? Oh, no, with another one in the board organization. Because they get support to organizations like that. No, it's another one similar to this. Because they were black voters back that did that organization.
We do need to be out on the social media platform. That's the how we disseminate what we say. But others can, as long as we're saying the same thing. Okay.
But how are we going to do that? Are we going to create our own social media thing? You don't have a Facebook. I think you do on the one that change the stuff. Yeah, I think you just need to say, here's Thursday, September. If you do it under the vote, you may.
No, they stole it from Martin Luther King. Yeah, they did not use it, as you know, they're not using it for this year's. Their theme this year is keeping people. I think the fair search is the analogy. I can't use my. I do media for the church, that's the Zoom was there. And so my family was there. My family, not just like others. And when the pastor said, I want to make that media, and they just laughed. It really leads to my family. Okay.
That's what I say.
Is that what it is? It's gay. Is there a cost?
How do you have an office? How do you get off?
And there's two different things.
So it's called commission. Oh, yeah, that's what I was.
Is that your question? One thing I did not mention, the master's for is NBA. Everybody's going, and that's it, doesn't go. So, yes, and I think most of them. Well, you know, let's get on. Okay. Why? I'm ready to
But anytime you hear things, it's like you're being things that I like more, we actually myself on was like watching our leaders talk. So we have to figure out how to talk about that. I know more things.
So let's see.
That was last, it was on Thursday, we got meetings. I mean, I sent letters to the church. It was email things. 3 or 4 paragraphs, thing to encourage him to come because he wanted to talk about his.
Yeah, it's very like, very supportive when it comes to that. I think on Sunday, we show up at that church, stay for the Sunday, talk to the pastor, before, after, and just see if they will let us have a presence there. Any so I think and I have what I've been trying to get people to know but I would think, but then there's also moments when it's negative which is so we have, I know everybody has access. I think we should do this. Some of them are gonna say no, they don't want to see it. Like just change your view, but I told them they're on that.
That would be what I'm trying to go to. I got to tell you. I the second Sunday.
No, I'm all in. Maybe they'll read it. So we're gonna do anything. I don't know. First time. So we're see the light. Yeah, we got to do it. So on the second Sunday in July, we're going to be at various churches. The 12th. That's all right, but you can do another Sunday.
I do not.
Me neither. I'm not.
Yeah, but why you I grew up in the church.
Me
So
too.
that's not gonna go straight say, but it didn't, but my thing is, first, how do we like we were that.
But they were willing to let me talk.
All right. Hey, I'm on what this again. I'm gonna do that Blues Brothers thing. He both could see the light. Yeah, the two of you go together.
Because I see it.
Talk about press conference, right? They're based out of California and they have a national. So if no one's opposed to it, that is something that I could.
Are you gonna be the person just to kind of all of the conversations and organize?
No, we can divide it because I'm gonna share this list.
No, I'm okay.
Oh, I know you are.
You say, Fred, you was brother Tim, Jane, or Larry, you know, you say, just share this. Yeah, just sign it. Now, when we call, are we getting off, are you gonna go speak? Okay, so we need to have a call. So are you gonna be practicing? And can we not have it, like the same date
Yeah, we just, this was a 2016.
It's always before. It's always before.
Right, but we tried to meet the first Saturday of the month, but since it was July.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know about this for the next meeting. We need to meet before then because things gonna be happening relevant. So I'm gonna have just a statement, share it with you all. I'll try to have it on Wednesday. I need a question. Have your input. And 24 hours, I'll get it out. Yeah, I know that part is possible. So, because I really would like for us to be ready. I'm gonna be a part of the press conference on the 7th. I don't remember, but I suspect it's about. That's a big. Oh, that one is done near your house.
But not only the next. Email. Because I didn't have
I'm almost certain. You got that. What's your last? I sent you. Yeah, I sent you the notice for this meeting. I sent it live.
But where?
I sent it Wednesday.
But what would you?
LH Congressman.
Yes, the other hand.
It's 11:55. We gotta reach out. It's 11:55.
Yes. Y'all.
Okay. I understand you're all still in the meetings, but it is 11:55. And, no. I just want to conclude the meeting, what we have to do, we have to, schedule the next meeting. And the other thing is that we want to have a communications committee talk, we want to have a press conference. And so,
Regarding.
announcing, fun, and the concerns that we have. Right? So the Spear Service is now, we're going to go public. We'll go public by having notified local station, radio, et cetera. We've been given, each of us have been given tasks to do. And we want to get as many of the people who've been attending these meetings to attend the press conference. Now, we didn't decide on where that press conference is going to take place or the date of the press conference. That will be determined about when we meet next. This month, we met twice this month. We did that because the first Saturday of July was the 4th of July. And we just didn't want to. It coincided with the Black Democratic Caucus meeting on this day too. So they couldn't be two places at the same time. But I really want us to meet in the month of July, because remember what I said, early voting starts August 3rd. August 3rd. So we'd like to get this off the ground and moving in July. So, I am out the evening of the 18th of July until the 22nd. I would like to make sure that we do this press conference in the month of July. And then we also need to meet to see where we stand for each of these things. So, I'm open.
July 11th, I propose July 11th.
That's Saturday, July 11th. That is also the date of our voters meeting. It's in the morning. We're there from 10 until about 11:30. We could do it at noon. The press conference ends at noon.
Oh, I'm sorry, this
But-
is the day,
but are you-
I thought
you
the day
getting
for the
ready?
next meeting,
All right.
the next meeting.
The next meeting, okay. We would have to do it later. Yeah, and I have another meeting. I'm a member of the retired Air Force, the Rapid Club, and they meet at 1 o'clock. We changed our meeting times, from 1 to 3 instead of 3 o'clock to 5. But that's, okay.
July 25th, there is an event here at the church, so this room may not be available.
Is that the fourth Saturday?
Yes,
We're trying to avoid that.
right, so July 18th, and so am I. Then there's July 11th, and then July 4th. So if 11, if you don't hear me at 11:30, can we possibly meet 12 to 2 or 12:30 to 2:30? Oh, you have another meeting.
Well, they can understand. I mean, look, this is very important. And of course, we need, the 11th is not, you expect me to be at that meeting?
No, I got it.
Okay, all right.
I just,
Do it have to be on Saturday?
No, it doesn't. But is there a weekday that we could do it? And of course, will the church be available?
All the other people, be available.
Right.
yeah,
So July 4th. I mean, but you're not gonna eat 10 o'clock in the morning, are you?
No, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, and I actually, my family is having a major, what we thought from a small family gathering, it turned out to be 60 people. And it's in South Carolina. So I'm leaving next Friday for that.
What's the first Saturday? I know we were trying to.
August 3rd.
I mean, maybe we have to.
Okay,
August 3rd.
that's early voting starts that day. And for the first time, I'm actually working, doing early voting.
Oh, my
Nice.
goodness.
And that's that's 14 consecutive days.
August 1st?
And I'm doing adoptive precinct.
yeah.
I'm gonna work from the 3rd to the 16th.
We gotta carve out one day. We
Yeah,
gotta do it.
we have to do it, so now. The 11th is still, the 11th just looks like it's the day. The Rapid Club, I can work around. So that's Saturday, but I can't.
They don't need to.
I'm thinking, we could have our voters meeting just be a part of this, that Saturday. Now, we typically meet at the Smith Center, we can just,
This is better.
yeah, yes, just, what do you think, Madam Vice President? But I think that's what we need to do then.
Combine the meeting?
We will do our meeting here. We will just, we'll merge in for this day, July the 11th, from 10 until noon. And we usually, our meetings usually don't last 2 hours, so, but I mean, the thing is that Tiffany Moore Russell has been formally invited to our meeting. So, but we need to make sure that she is aware that we are going to be here as opposed to there. The church will be available, Tari? Will the church be available?
I will make sure, I'll send that text today
All right.
and call on Monday to reserve it, and I'll let you know.
And if it's not, then we meet at this Thursday. At this.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
You
yes.
know, I mean, if this church isn't available that day, then everybody can meet over there perhaps.
The room is not
Not
large
that
enough.
many.
Plus,
Well,
plus,
they
you
got
have to
that,
remember, this is summertime, the kids is there, all the parents are, that's an issue.
Yeah, but I must say, our last meeting, we were the only thing going. And I was stunned.
And not only that, we're talking about the room.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, that room is, I mean, the room that we meet in,
it'll be fine.
it would, we've had as many as 30 people in it, and it was pretty tight.
That's
Uh, If it's available. If it's available. Okay, well, you will check on the church to see if it's available. I can't remember who confirmed Tiffany Moore Russell for Saturday. I just need to make sure she's aware that's.
I think we were talking like we were a lot of people.
Yeah, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, Alina, I saw your hand up.
Can we have a flyer that comes up? And two questions actually. This is for whether it was on fire. Can we have flyers? Have a flyer delivered to us before that day so that we can do, because I like to go mass like text message box. I know that that's very effective, especially like the day before.
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll have a fire, Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll see you my church's logo. Yes, so what the plan is, we will meet here. Our next meeting is Saturday, July 11th at 10 a.m. And yes, here. And I will let the members of the proposal know that we will meet here. And I just got to make sure that Tiffany will work, so I can't remember who confirmed it. I did, this is another one of those senior moments. I don't jot it all down. Okay, all right. So now, that's our next meeting. When do we do the press conference? Because at this point in time, we're going to, we'll get reports from each of your committees that day on the 10th. So when, sometime that week of, before we go, before Tari and I leave for Chicago, we're going to do a press conference. But that is,
Check to see if the church is available for the press conference. If you want to do it.
do you think he would want? Okay. But we don't have a site for it. So it doesn't, it doesn't, the fact that we're in front of the church doesn't make any difference. It's just getting permission to have it. And hopefully you can get media coverage. Because it doesn't do us any good if we don't have any media coverage to have it. So, okay, if you would ask. And then, the difficulty is when during that week, because people work. And I would like to have more than just 5 or 6 foot. It doesn't be any, but I want it to be in time for, is it the news, the evening news, if we get enough coverage. You can bring your neighbors. Just bring your neighbors, your senior citizen neighbors.
Larry?
Yes.
Larry has suggested that maybe we do the press conference after On the
on the
11th,
11th.
since we're already going to be here,
Actually,
so maybe like 1 o'clock, 12:30.
that's not one. You can do it at IU. Yes. And so I plan to get the schedule to you all no later than Wednesday. So we joke about the 24-hour turnaround.
Yeah.
Okay. And once we, the communications committee, once we agree on the content, then we'll share it. Now, what we need to do is, is there, do we have access to a copy machine? Because I wanted to share, some people have asked about the email addresses.
Today, we'll just have to each take a picture of the
Yeah, that's
sign.
right. Yeah, just take a photo of it, something to,
And then from there, I can type it up and,
okay.
keep a, for this.
Because I have those others as well. All right, anything else? Anything else? So now, look, we all, the fact that you're meeting today, your committee can meet anytime. Your committee can meet anytime, you know? This isn't a one and done committee meeting. So just understand that, because like communications committee, we're gonna be meeting via emails.
So, we are our
Education initiative.
Sonia and you and Gerald, but Gerald sat in on another committee. Okay. So you guys are not having our meeting. So we all can just go ahead and take a picture of the sign. Larry, all different people.
Whatever, I think that's how we should do it.
You write my email address. All right.
Yeah.
So, my concern is I rewrote my email address somewhere, because I'm not receiving. Okay. Great purpose, EDU, at Gmail.
All right, so we changed our logo.
Okay, can you send me the logo?
Yeah. Because we need that logo.
That's on your website, right?
I know, we're changing. The eagle that we have now soars.
It's a sword eagle?
It's a soaring eagle.
Is it on the website?
This bird looks like a buzzard.
Okay, today we're looking everybody out. If you want to sign your sheet, if you want to copy, can you please come up now and take a picture? We have to vacate the building.
Yeah. Yeah, the form is embedded in the website. You just click the button. You just post it. You post it. You form. Yeah, I need to.
It is one out there. I guess I got technical.
Google is like a Google out. So something like that. I use that. It's easy. Well, it wasn't easy. There are many out there, but I'm just trying to see stuff that's simple. And that they which one? Oh, you mean, what are you talking about? You sure?
I understand that. So I probably. Let's see them.
Oh, oh, you can.
Make sure they can say, you can have what that. And I may just run there and see how.
That's.
We'll see.
Do you have the? Thank you for joining us today on the Fierce Urgency Black now. As you see, we have some passionate people in the room. We're trying to bring awareness now. We're trying to get out the world 2026. So, if you want to be here, we're going to be at the Mount Olive Church on July 11th at 10 a.m. Come and be part of the conversation. Or if you can't physically be here, watch virtually and have, please, be engaged in the comments, ask the questions. And Isha Speaks, I don't know if you've seen her, she's here. Isha B is also here, and we'll make sure that your questions, comments, or concerns get heard. So, thank you so much for joining us today. And see you back to Circle Beauties.
They don't be there about 3 minutes.
Okay.